Hi folks, Paula and Marco here. So I thought maybe I'd do a Leave It video with Marco. Marco is 19 months old and he's very food motivated and he's a big boy. And so he really needs a strong Leave It because he can be a little reactive and he's jumping on me. So what do? I put my hands up like this and then I feed him. So make sure that you pause in between your jumping and your other, alternative behavior. He's going to go into a down. And so that's a, please may I have some food? And so I say yes. So I give him some. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out using a clicker. And what I have is I have a bunch of kibble, puppy kibble, and then I have a few Zooks in there. And then, of course, he mugs me. And I don't want him to mug me, so I tell him to leave it. Good. And so he closed his mouth, and I knew that that was a leave it, that he heard me, and he closed his mouth. So I clicked it. So he is trained in a leave it, but I'm going to show you the beginning. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move him by using my magical hand, which is full of treats. Come on, let's go. So I move him around, so sit. Good. You can see. And so I put this right at his mouth and he tries to get it out. Yes, he licks it. He might use his teeth. If your dog uses their teeth, yes, just pull your hand, not away, but slightly move it so that it gets his teeth off of it. So I click him for, leaving my hand alone. Any kind of head turn, a sit, a down, a backup, anything that is an alternative behavior to your mugging of your hand, I call it. And so I just wait until he's ready. And so what I'm going to do now is, that's a leave it right there, down. And so what I'm going to do is, you notice I didn't name it, okay? Because if I name it too soon, then I could possibly poison my cue by naming it while my dog is doing something I don't want them to do, which is mug my hand. So if he's mugging my hand and I'm saying leave it at the same time, he's an animal and he doesn't have any language. So do not name your behaviors until you have a solid behavior. Then you add your cue, not your clue, well, maybe a clue, yeah. Then you add your cue, okay? All right, so here you go. I'm going to go back to the beginning again just to give him a jump start because I was busy talking to you. And so here it goes. Good. So he didn't go after it. So I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to throw it all the way out here and open my hand slightly. Oh, I'm going to let him have that because I dropped it on the ground. And so when you drop something, it's the dog's. Don't go after it, because it's just a form of resource guarding. That's what you're telling your dog. And then again, I put him back in the position that I want him to be in by using my magic hand. I'm luring him into a behavior, even though he knows how to down. And he knows how to sit, and he knows how to do all that stuff. I just use my hand to tell him, okay, ready? Okay, so I ask him if he's ready. I'm gonna throw my hand out, and I'm not gonna open it. He's gonna come for it. He's gonna do something like back up or whatever. Click that. So that down is for him to get, to leave it. So there he is, and he's pretty close to me, and he's, in my space. And so I'm going to move him again. So I move him again, and put him where I want him. Okay, ready? Marco, ready? Good. Here we go. So yes. So that time he was successful, and he didn't go after it. So I do it again. That time it was open, and I feed him. So I give him distance, see? Now I'm going to switch hands. Notice I'm not saying anything again. Switch your hands again. Now, if you are going to, that time I clicked him because he looked away from, he did a side eye and I clicked that. So, ready? Let's try that again. So what I was trying to accomplish, because he has done this before, is that I wanted him to look up at me, to look at the food and then look at me. He was so fixated on the food, he couldn't even hear me do this. Marco, he couldn't even hear that. He was gone. He's so fixated on the food. So I'm going to try again. You ready? Let's try again. And I'm going to make it really easy. Closed hand, click and treat. Open hand, here, click and treat. Here, click and treat. So I'm getting a little faster. Hey you. Up. Ready? You try again? Here you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a treat on the floor, but I'm going to guard it. Okay, so what I do is I put it on the floor and just put my finger in front of it. Treat him with that. Good. Nice, good boy. So now I've got to the point where he's looking at the treat on the floor and then looking at me. Good boy. Good. I think he was going to get in trouble there, so I gave him a little bit of help. Mine. I didn't give this to you. So we went pretty good. We did pretty good until he failed, so that was my fault. I went too far. So keep it really short and sweet, and you should be successful. Let's try this again. So I'm going to go back to the beginning again, because you want to bounce all over the place. He's not solid on his behavior. He doesn't have a great leave-it. And so I'm going to go back to the very beginning of it and strengthen my behavior. I pulled my clicker back out and I started at the beginning again with Marco. And so I'm keeping my sessions really short and sweet. He's out of the picture, and so I'm going to end it on that. Thanks for watching. Hey, have a great day.